Good afternoon. It's Breezy Bree, and I'm coming at you again here trying to get some content up, and my content will get better. I promise. I am just getting started again. I think this is like my third video, but it feels like my 10th video because I have had to do so many retakes, and so I eventually plan to have some music for the background and to start up and be able to do some editing and make things better visually for you. So if you are here listening, and I hope someone is here listening, because the last time I looked at my numbers, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll be talking to myself until I get viewers or subscribers and people like that. I'm going to keep this video short. As you can see, I took your advice though. I did get a phone mount and it does work much better, gives me much more freedom. And so let's get right into it. I want to talk to you about Married to Medicine. It starts out with the couples. They're all around the table and they are asking questions of each couple to see what they would do in these situations or to get their opinions. And I'm so glad that they have a psychiatrist at the table because this really balances things out for them in terms of being physicians who are kind of cray-cray. And so anyway, they ask the question somehow about couples who have to leave for another job and the support that each spouse gives each other. And I'm paraphrasing. But basically, the question prompted Contessa, or it triggered Contessa due to her most recent situation of being in Tennessee and trying to get further her medical career because she wants to be a surgeon general. So I guess she chose a school in Tennessee, and Scott feels like she could have chose something closer to home in order not to have left her children. And as a mom, oh my gosh, it is hard. I could not be away from my son 4 days a week. He's 33, so now I can, but when I was raising him, it's just hard. There's no way. Because children, when they are young, the mother is the one that they gravitate towards the most. That's the one who carried them 9 months. So there's some bonding going on there. So anyway, I guess I have people looking at me here. They're watching me in my car talk to myself. They don't know that I'm vlogging. But anyway, so Contessa gets upset. She says that whenever it is the other way around and the women have to make a choice about their careers, that the husbands do not always support them. Yet whenever Scott or Damon, if they need to change careers, they always have the full support of their wives. So Scott starts to talk and he interjects and says that he never told Contessa to come home from Tennessee. He says he never did that. But right before that, she gets up, she walks away because she's upset with the conversation and because it's not going, I guess, in the direction that she would agree with. So she gets up and he was like, no, let her go on, you know. And I don't know, I'm not really a big Contessa fan. I really do. Most of the time, I love married couples. I usually love the husband and the wife. But in certain situations, I've noticed on these reality shows, like I love Greg and really don't care too much for Nene. In the beginning, I liked Nene a lot. But now, I don't like this new Nene. And in this situation, I really like Scott. Oh, sorry, something fell on my car from the tree. I really like Scott, but I'm not digging on Contessa a whole lot. And so she gets up, she walks away, and she's in tears. And usually I can feel for the tears. I just wasn't feeling for her tears. I think that she has a selfish spot somewhere. I think that it takes some real selfishness for a mom. A lot of people say it takes gall, it takes guts, it takes strength. If you just make a decision to up and leave your young children in school for 2 whole years or a year even, or even, months, you make that decision, I think that's a little bit selfish. I mean, it's not like you guys are hurting for money. So I'm just not feeling her a whole lot. And so I'm going to move on to the next, because next, Buffy and Jackie, they finally talk about their situation. Jackie apologizes to Buffy, and Buffy accepts her apology, but in her confessionals, she really kind of gives it to Jackie like, look, you're an OBGYN, you should have known better. That's the bottom line. That's basically what Buffy is saying. And I would agree with Buffy on that. I think, that's a really terrible thing to say about another woman. That's a private conversation about her fertility. And so, but I'm glad that they made up and they can move forward. And I don't think it hurt Buffy in any way that happened, because she gets more time on the show now. Okay. So I want to talk about Quad, because the ladies and the men, they separate. The ladies are going to go have a living single gathering, that night. And the men, they're going out to supposedly dinner, but we all know that turns into a strip club, right? Cecil has plans for them. So they go to, have dinner. And I really like the men, the way they came in, how they are towards each other. They're dressed up. These are professional men, distinguished men of the community there. And in spite of what we think of them, when you are a medical doctor or you are an attorney in your community, that is a distinguishing academia that is really held up by the community. It's supported by the community. And we respect those kinds of people, and we expect certain types of dignities from them. So whenever I see the men dressed up, and having a good time, knowing that they work hard all day, I'm here for it, okay? What I wasn't here for is the strip club. And contrary to what people say, I am not in agreement with any married man, let alone a single man, okay? But especially a married man going to a strip club. I'm just not in agreement with that. I mean, that says that you have some unfulfillment somewhere for you to think that you even have to go that way. But that's what they did. So I digress, okay? I want to move over to the ladies, because I didn't understand why they thought that Quad needed this, what did they call it? They needed to crown her for making it through her divorce and out of her marriage. I have my own thought process about Quad. I really do believe that she met Mariah with ill intentions. And those intentions were because Mariah was with a man in the medical field. And I really believe that Quad wanted to get, and this is just my thought, you guys, okay? Just based on, and I've seen every single episode of Married to Medicine. And I have paid close attention to her. And I really think that she wanted in that medical community. I do not believe she loved her husband when she married him. I do not believe she loved him throughout the marriage. I don't think she acted like a woman who loved her husband. Because if I'm married to you and you want me to have your child, I'm not going to consistently make excuses for not having your child unless I have another agenda. Okay, because some of the arguments that she raised about not giving her husband, Dr. Greg, a child, just made no sense. They were illogical. And I just don't see how they are thinking that she's come through some kind of struggle in her marriage. Somebody needs to be somewhere uplifting Greg. Okay, because he got used. He got used big time. Okay. And so did Mariah, because at one point, one season, Quad was and she succeeded in getting Mariah completely kicked out of the group. Mariah had to practically pry herself back in. And not that I'm a huge Mariah fan at all. I'm not digging on her and her sister and her mom and some of the things that they do. At the same time, I think she has some moral standards that I can commune with, okay? And anyway, Quad, I'm just not digging on Quad, Okay, I didn't get the party. I did crowning her. Really, she should not be on the show anymore. She is a non-issue on the show. Really, she's not. She has no connection to anything medicine right now. It is married to medicine. So for me as a viewer, I only want to see people who are connected in the medical field on the show. So unless she can round up another doctor that she can use and, you know, I say bye, Quad. And I know a lot of people don't agree with that. But bye-bye. Okay, next I want to talk about Heavenly and her husband, because, the men all got in at around 2 a.m. And it is so unlike Heavenly and her husband to join in with anyone who interferes with their marriage. I really like their relationship. I like the respect and honor that they show each other in their relationship. I really do like that. Even though I think Heavenly is the most ghetto doctor, she needs some more dignity. Okay, because she gets too anxious. I mean, I don't know if I want someone working on my body who gets that agitated so easily, but I digress, okay? And she may be just doing this for the show, who knows? But I like their marriage. Let me go back to the positive. I really like their marriage, and so I just thought it was cute at the end whenever Dr. Damon was really trying to reel her back in because he knows she's upset that another woman touched him. You cannot touch Dr. Damon, okay? And I want to pause here and say, have you guys seen Dr. Damon in his younger years? Okay. If you have not seen him, you've got to look that up. Good looking, built. I wonder if he played football or if he was some kind of athlete of some sort as well. But he really looked good. So I can see why Heavenly is, attracted to him. He still looks good now, but in his younger years, he was a real hottie. Anyway, it was just so cute the way that he tried to reel her back in. She was like, I bet you something about that, word she used that starts with a B. And he says, but you're hotter, He's like, you look better. Please come back is basically what he was saying. So anyway, I like that. But anyway, next week we will take another look at it. And I got to get my content better. My content is so choppy. But anyway, thank you for listening to me and listening to my ideas. And I hope that some of my ideas translate into what you're thinking as well. And even if they don't, you can, comment, like, comment, subscribe, click the notification button, and just join me because I'm going to be doing content. From what I understand, I need 4,000 hours this year. That's a lot of content. So I have got to get better. Thank you. And hey, go make some goals for yourself.